Hi, you can download the Expert Advisor that is built in this video and use it for your own AI codebase by just clicking on the link below.
In this video, we are going to create an Expert Advisor that uses the Double Exponential Moving Average indicator to detect trend direction and manage positions with a trailing stop mechanism based on recent highs and lows. Let's see how we can do that. We start Metaeditor by clicking the little icon or pressing F4. This opens the Metaeditor window where we can create our new Expert Advisor file. We begin by including the CTrade class from the standard library. This inclusion provides us with simplified trading methods like PositionOpen and PositionModify that make trade operations much easier to handle. We instantiate a CTrade object called Trade with default parameters. This object will manage all our trade operations, including position management throughout the Expert Advisor's lifecycle. Next, we define our strategy configuration parameters. These are all adjustable in the EA Properties window when we attach it to a chart. We create an input integer called loopback bars with a default value of 50. This parameter determines the historical range for identifying highs and lows, allowing us to analyze between 1 and 1,000 candles. We add another input integer named minCandlesback set to 5, which establishes the minimum age for a valid high or low point, ranging from 5 to 50 candles. We include an input double called trailing offset with a value of 10.0 points, providing a safety margin for our trailing stop mechanism with a range of 1 to 20 points. Finally, we add an input integer IDema period set to 14 for the IDema indicators period, and an enum_applied_price parameter called IDema price set to price_close, which determines the price type used for IDema calculation. We declare our global variables and handles that store state between ticks and hold indicator data. We create an integer variable IDema handle to store the IDema indicator handle. We declare a double array called IDema buffer as a ring buffer for storing IDema values. We also create an MQL rates array named price data to hold OHLC price data for our analysis. The expert initialization function on init executes once when the EA starts. Inside this function, we create the IDema indicator handle using the IDema function. We pass underscore symbol for the current symbol, period_H1 for the hourly time frame, IDema period for the indicator period, 0 for the shift parameter, and IDema price for the applied price type. We configure our arrays as time series using ArraySet as series, setting IDema buffer and price data to have the newest data at index 0. The function returns init_succeeded to indicate successful initialization. We create position opening functions to execute market orders with specified lot sizes. The openByPosition function retrieves the current ask price using symbol_info double with _symbol and symbol_ask parameters. It then executes a buy order using the trade object's PositionOpen method. The parameters include _symbol as the financial instrument, order_type_buy for a long position direction, 0.10 for the position size and standard lots, which equals 10 micro lots, ask price for entry at the current ask price, 0 for initial stop loss, which disables it, 0 for take profit, which also disables it, and IDema position as the position comment. The openSellPosition function works similarly but for sell orders. It gets the current bid price using symbol_info double with _symbol and symbol_bid. It executes a sell order using PositionOpen with _symbol, order_type_sell for a short position, 0.10 lots, bid price for entry at the current bid price, 0 for stop loss, 0 for take profit, and the same comment. The main price update function on tick executes on every tick and contains our core strategy logic. First, we retrieve historical price data using copyrates with _symbol, period_H1, starting from 0, for loopback bars number of candles, storing it in price data. We load IDema values from the indicator buffer using copybuffer with IDema handle, buffer index 0, starting from 0, for loopback bars, into IDema buffer. We check position status by initializing hasOpenPosition as false and current position type as position_type_buy as a default value. We loop through all positions using positions total, getting each position's ticket with positionGetTicket. We use positionSelectByTicket to select the position and check if its symbol matches _symbol. If found, we set has open position to true and store the position type. For trend detection and position management, we implement by conditions when price closes above IDema indicating upward momentum. If there's no open position, we call open buy position to enter a long trade. If we already have a buy position, we find the lowest low in the lookback period using ILowest with underscore symbol, period underscore H1, mode underscore low, loopback bars, and starting from 0. We store this low value and check if the low index is at least min candles back old and if current close is above this low. If conditions are met, we calculate a new stop level by adding trailing offset multiplied by underscore point to the last low. Then call process trailing stop with this level and position underscore type underscore buy. For sell conditions when price closes below IDema indicating downward momentum, similar logic applies. Without an open position, we call open sell position. With an existing sell position, we find the highest high using IHighest with underscore symbol, period underscore H1, mode underscore high, loopback bars, starting from 0. We check if the high index meets the minimum age requirement and if current close is below this high. If so, we calculate a new stop level by subtracting trailing offset multiplied by underscore point from the last high, then process the trailing stop. The process trailing stop function manages trailing stops for both buy and sell positions. It iterates through all open positions using positions total and position get ticket. For each position, it checks if the position type matches the given POS type and if the symbol matches underscore symbol. It retrieves the current stop loss level using position get double with position underscore SL. For buy positions, it updates the stop loss if the new level is higher than the current or if no stop loss exists, using trade. Position modify with the ticket, new stop level, and 0 for take profit. For sell positions, it updates if the new level is lower than current or if no stop loss exists, using the same modification method. We press F7 to compile the code. If this was too fast for you or if you don't understand what all the code is doing, you maybe want to check out the premium course on our website or watch one of the basic videos first. Back in Metaeditor, we press Ctrl and are to start the strategy tester. We pick the expert advisor that we have just created, enable the visual mode and start a strategy test. Then we should see the expert advisor on the chart. If you are already a premium course member and have an idea for a video like this one, you can send us an email. In this video, we have learned how to create an expert advisor that uses the double exponential moving average for trend detection and implements a trailing stop mechanism based on recent price extremes. You have coded yourself an expert advisor with a few lines of MQL code that can automatically open positions in the direction of the trend and manage them with dynamic stop losses. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.